Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I'm Kathy. I am wondering, was education pushed on you? So I wanted to do a short video, and it definitely was pushed on me. My parents, grandparents, like my grandma was I think a second grade teacher. My grandpa went to college. Um, my mom and dad both went to college. I think my mom was a teacher before she got into banking. My dad was a teacher the whole time, a school counselor and a teacher, all different grades. And I believe he had his master's in education. And so growing up, it was always talked about, oh, when you go to college, figure out what you want to study. What are you thinking about majoring in? What are you interested in? When you get your degree, when you go to college, when you go to further your education, all that. It was never an option to not really do it. So yeah, and plus I was a good student, and so they were just like, yeah, it's, keep your grades up. You need to have a good GPA to get into whatever college you want. And that especially started, I would say, ninth grade, like freshman year. And I'm sure my parents were just, and I know it started before them, probably even first grade. But yeah, so yeah, just always pushing towards, you have to have a high GPA. You have to do well in your classes. You need to go to college and, to get the job you want, all that stuff over and over. And so I just looked up right now because I always wondered, excuse me, around what the percentage was of people that work in jobs that aren't in their degree field. So if you got a degree in science, maybe you're doing something completely different. Maybe you're doing yeah, I don't even know. So maybe you work in a restaurant, and which is completely fine. And I'm one of those people. Yes, I was pushed to, yes, go to college, and the more the better. So yeah, yeah. I'm just, I'm not one to boast of anything or my credentials or anything like that. We'll just say I went many years and have a few degrees and this and that. And I did use them for a little bit when I got out of college, but that was only, I think, for 3 years. And yeah, so I'm one of those people where the percentage, about 50% aren't in their degree field. So I'm one of those people. And if I think about it, my family members, like my brother, a cousin of mine that I know of, friends of mine that I know of, they're doing jobs that aren't where they got their degree in or what their college education was in, their focus was in. I do have friends that definitely are doing, like, let's say their degree is in marketing. And I have several friends that seems to be in that field. They all have really good jobs and have done that ever since we got out of college, quite a long time ago. So almost 30 years ago. And so yeah, my thoughts are, just, I would say, take everything with a grain of salt. If you are either a teenager and you happen to come across this video, definitely do your research. And I changed my major a couple times, and then even the one I ended up with. I mean, I love I loved going to college and learning, and I just really loved it. And that's probably why I stayed in going to university for so long. I just loved it. I loved learning and the classes, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then, coming out into the real world is a whole different story, unfortunately. So, yeah, so I would say my recommendation, just because I've been through it and I know a lot of people who've been through it, and it can be very expensive on the one hand, but like I said, on the other hand, it's really good. It's fun, it's good to learn, and yeah, it can be great. It helps you, just learn about the world, life, cultures, experiences, people, society, everything. So yeah, I'm definitely all for that. No one wants to, or no one should be in a bubble and just, looks at their four walls and that's all they know their whole life, which I'm sure some people do that. But my opinion, I think it's good to get out and learn and, open our minds about just, other people, other cultures, other societies, other countries. Yeah, all that stuff. So yeah, I would say my recommendation for anyone, or even if you're maybe in your early 20s and you're thinking, gosh, I really need to go to college. My parents are just bugging me. I didn't go right after I graduated high school, and my parents won't get off my back. I would just really take some time to think about it, do your research, pray about it. If you are a Christian, get advice from people. Feel free to message me down below. I also have my email listed in the description box if you have specific questions or whatever. But yeah, and sometimes we just don't know, like when you're a teenager, you think you're making all the right decisions and you go on a certain path, and which can be years worth. And then maybe at the end of that, then that's when you realize something. But again, you've gained all this knowledge and probably had fun experiences in college, met great friends, and yeah, so there are pluses with it. So yeah, let me know if anyone else has similar, like if you are working in your field, or if you couldn't decide on something, a major, and maybe didn't finish college, which is completely fine. Or if you are definitely working in your field and you love it and you have the best job ever. Yeah, I would love to know. Like I said, it's, about 50%. And yeah, so I was just curious how many other people, if college was pressured, put on you, yeah, if you were pressured into going to college, if education was like of a huge importance, you always have to do good, you always, have to exceed, and this and that. So okay, well, I will talk with everyone in the comments, and I hope you're having a great day. All right, God bless.